I mean, the facts are very simple. The state of Texas grew by leaps and bounds, more so than any other state in the country. 89.1% of that growth was minority. So that's 2.73 million Latino, or 3.23 million minorities. That's pretty big. As a result, we gained 4 seats in Congress. The last time that happened in a state like Texas, it was in the 1860s after the Civil War and the years of Reconstruction. This may not happen in my lifetime again, may not happen in my children's lifetime. And this is very significant. And the fact of the matter is, legislative leaders made the decision to draw a congressional map that did not even reflect that growth. Now, 10 years ago, I was a freshman in the Texas House of Representatives. I barely knew where the bathrooms were at the Capitol. I mean, so let alone understanding how redistricting worked, I had no idea. Legislature didn't pass a map. The Legislative Redistricting Board drew a map, and next thing you know, my childhood friend that I've known since the 3rd grade, he and I were paired in a district in San Antonio. And if you've ever had to face your 3rd grade classmate and say, well, this is not about friends, this is about business, I mean, that's a hard decision. And I knew right then and there that our caucus was financially strapped. We did not have resources to fight a fight. And we actually had a split in our leadership in terms of the direction of the caucus itself. And by and large, we found that our districts, the districts that were most impacted by the Legislative Redistricting Board, were Latino districts. And so I think I sort of made a pinky promise with myself back then that if I wasn't going to be around, the next time this happened, we were not going to be in that situation. And so in the fall of 2008, I was elected to be the chair of the caucus. Right away, for every dollar that we raised, I took 50 cents and put it in a special fund to make sure that we had money and resources for redistricting. When people were talking about redistricting, I was hiring lawyers. When people were hiring lawyers, I was filing lawsuits. And when people were filing lawsuits, we were filing appeals. And we had a very proactive, aggressive position that we were not going to let this cycle go by. And again, I fall back on this position that in the 1970s, we found ourselves fighting democratic institutions. That also existed in redistricting. And when it came to redistricting in the 1970s and the 1980s and 1990s, there were Democrats making decisions on the future of maps that often impacted the minority community. And organizations like MALDEF and LULAC were there to fight those fights. And they made it very clear, over the course of history, the only thing that's changed is the leadership. I mean, the issue is always the same, no matter who's in charge. It seems to me the minority community always got